Hey guys, in this video we're back at making our X mounts for our Precision Matthews CNC project. In the last video we worked on floating end bearing block on this end, and in this video we're going to start working on the bearing block for our angular contact bearings that are going to mount our ball screw. Now this piece consists of just a block that bolts to the end, and you can see that it's a little narrow, a little more narrow on the side here, and that is clearance so that it will go inside the saddle and give me just a little bit more X travel. And if you look in this photo, you can see what I'm talking about. I want the table to go all the way until this bearing block right here touches the saddle. So let's get started working on this. So here is our project for our video. We have our table that we did in the first video. And then we have our floating end bearing block that we did in part 2. And now we just need to work on the other. So what we want to do first is we really just need the sketch of our table right here. Now we're going to be using a 4x4 block of aluminum. So I'm going to go up here to sketch. We're going to create a new sketch. We're going to be on this space right here, so I'm just highlighting the end of the table here. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is we're going to just get me a line, and I want to go in the center here, and I want to go down 2 inches, which is 50.8 millimeters, and then go back up to sketch, and we want to do a rectangle, a center point rectangle. I'm just going to grab this center right here. I'm going to go up to 101.6, and that is going to be our bearing block. Okay, let me get rid of some of these lines I don't need here. Just click on them, hit delete. Next, let's do a circle. We can hit C. And our bearings are 35 millimeters in diameter. So I want to draw 135 millimeters. And then I need to have my ball screw go through. The ball screws are 20 millimeters. So I'm going to make our hole, say 22 millimeters. Alright, and now we want to make clearance for our bearing block to go through our saddle. So we're going to go up here to sketch, rectangle. We'll do a center rectangle. We're going to go into the center of our block, and we want to go 88.9, which is 3 inches. Excuse me, 3.5 inches. Tab 88.9. Hit enter. And this will give us clearance for the bearing block to go through the saddle. Now we only need clearance at the bottom here. Let me see if I can show you. Right here, we only need clearance at the bottom, right here. We're only going to go up to about right here anyways, and all of this will be above the table, so it doesn't really matter. So that's about in line with the bottom of our hole there. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to let's do an arc. I want to do a 3-point arc. So we'll select arc, 3-point arc, and we'll go from here to here. Like so. So we'll do it again on this side. Go from here to here. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, let's draw a line from here straight down to here, from here straight down to here. Okay, now we can trim this up. Get rid of this line, that line, this one. Hit escape. We can get rid of this dimension here. Select it, hit delete. Okay, we turn this off so we can kind of see what we've got. So you can see how we're shaping up here. Alright, now next I want to locate these holes. So we'll go to Sketch, Point, and I'm just going to put these holes back in here where they go. And then now we have those holes there. Alright, now we're going to have a bearing cover on here to secure our bearings, so we need to put our holes for that. So I want to go up to Sketch, a circle, and this will be 44.029, and then I want to sketch a point on here right at the top. Okay, now I need to have 4 equally spaced around here, so what I'm going to do is go to Sketch, Circular Pattern. I want to select that object, that point, and then I'll select the center point. And as you can see, it puts 3 there, and I want to have 4, so I'll type in 4, and now it puts 4. Select OK, and now I have my 4 points all around. I can select this circle and delete it because I don't need it any longer, but I just needed my 4 points. So I have that taken care of. So we want to stop sketch. Okay. And then next we want to modify, press pull. We want to select this area, and this area, leaving only the center circle. And we want to go back minus 50.8. Select OK. These off. Alright, so we have our bearing block. Turn our sketch back on here. Okay, now this particular section right here is where our bearings are going to be. So we want to press that in, and we want to be minus 32.8, and we want to cut that out. So we select cut, and then now we have our bearing pocket here. Select modify, press pull once again. We want to select this area here and hold control and select that area. And we want that area to be 3/4 of an inch, so that's minus 19.05 millimeters. We want to cut that out as well. And you can kind of see our bearing block taking shape now. Looks like this radius here did not go down to there like it did over here. So let's see if we can fix that. So we'll go to Sketch, turn our body off for the moment. And then we'll go to select our sketch on the timeline down here, right click, and hit edit sketch. Looks like this one went down to this line right here, and this one didn't quite make it. So I want to select that, hit delete, go up to sketch, arch, 3-point arch, this point, and this line right here. Okay, looks better. Stop sketch. Okay, and then we can see what our body looks like now. Okay, it looks like it's fixed now. And that line, we don't have that extra little line right there. Okay, looks good. Right, now go to create, holes. We want to select these holes here. These are going to be 15 millimeters deep and 4 millimeters diameter. Okay, and then we want to thread those holes, so we can select those. Hold Control. 4 millimeters as well. Okay, looks a little bit better there, and they're not quite as deep. Alright. Okay, now that we have our 4 holes for our bearing cover laid out, now we need to make our mounting holes. So we have our sketch, and I want to we need to create these holes. So we'll go create hole. We're going to do multiple holes. I'm going to select this one, this one, this one, and this one. They are going to go all the way through, and they're going to be a counter bore hole. Our counter bore depth is going to be 25.05, because we want to go to the 3/4 of an inch here, and then another 6 millimeters deep into that back wall for the heads. Our diameter of the counter bore is going to be 10 millimeters, and our diameter of our hole is going to be 6.1 millimeters. Well, let's make it 6.2, a little bit oversized. Okay, let's see how that looks. That looks good. Okay. Now these 2 holes here and here are for our pins, the alignment pins. We don't want those to go all the way through, so we can spin it around here and go on the back. And then we can go to sketch, create another sketch. We can select this back here. There we go. And then we want to draw just a point where those 2 dots are. So select point, put one there, and that's it. We can stop our sketch. Okay. And then we want to create a hole here, here, We want it to be a simple hole. We want it to be 6 millimeters in diameter because the split pin's going through there. And we just need it to be about 15 millimeters deep. And that's it. And those are our alignment pins. And then there we have our front. Get rid of this sketch for you so you can see. So you can see our bearing block starting to kind of take shape. Now this piece right here, this recess, is for our "4x4" square, which will be our spacer. And it's going to be bolted here, here, on one bolt on each side. So we need to lay out those bolts. So again, we're going to create a sketch. I'm going to select that top plane here. I'm going to raise this just a little bit. I want to draw a line so I can hit L. And I want to start right here at the center mark. And I want to go to that edge. And then I want to put a point in the center. Now if I ride my mouse across here, when I get to the center of that line, it'll give me this triangle. I can put my point right there. Again, we can stop our sketch. Go to the side here. And I need to do the same thing right here. So I want to, you know what? Let's do the bottom first. It'll be easy. So same thing. We'll do sketch, create sketch. We'll select this face here. It wants to turn on you. I don't know why it does that, but make sure we're still on the right sketch plane. Okay. Do we want to draw a line? So I'll hit L in the center here. Go up to the shoulder. And then we want to put a point. Again, right in the center. You'll get the little triangle symbol when you're in the center. We're done with that sketch. So we have those two. And then now we need to do the side here. Now the side's going to be a little bit more difficult because we're trying to find the center this way. So what we're going to do, create a sketch, select this plane here. Again, it wants to turn it on us, but that's okay. We'll just work with that. Alright, so we want to draw a rectangle here. I'm going to start right here in this corner, and I want to go over 44.45 millimeters. Hit tab, and then 9.525. Hit tab, and then we should be able to put a dot right here, and that should be good. So let's select point, put a point right there. Let me just look at this, and that looks lined up pretty good. Okay, so we can stop sketch and then flip it around here, and we can create another sketch again on this side here, and we're going to put a dot right on top of that dot. So we'll select a point, put it right on top of this point, and we're good. Stop sketch. Alright, now that we've done all four sides, there's probably an easier way to do that. However, I just don't know. Create a hole. Okay, 15 millimeters. Okay, that looks good. Alright, while we're here, let's go ahead and thread it. Thread. Select the side here. It's going to be M4 by 5. That's good. Okay. Now you can see we have our hole threaded. We can turn that sketch off. Alright, let's move to our next side. Right here, we're going to put another hole. Depth 15 millimeters, 4 millimeter diameter. Okay. Create hole. Select that point. 15. Okay. Looks crooked there. Try it again. Create a hole. Okay, looks better. 15. Okay. Alright, move to the next one. Right here. Create hole. Okay. Looks good. Okay. Got that one, that one. One more. Is that it? Alright. Okay, now that we have our 4 holes created, let's see if we can go back to our threading here and edit this. We can move it to the end here by holding it and dragging it, and then I should be able to thread all the holes. Okay, so I've picked that one. So let me pick this one. There we go. Pick this one. There we go. And pick this one. Alright, that takes care of that, I believe. Okay, well, that's pretty much our bearing block. Let's see what where we're at here. Here's our table, so you can see that it's in the wrong place. So I need to move it. So I'm going to select the whole thing, right click on it, move, and I want to move it in this direction, 50.8. Okay, let's see if we've got that in the right spot now. There we go. And now you can kind of see how it goes together. But that wraps up our bearing block for our x-axis. In the next video, we'll work on the spacer and the bearing cover here. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and most importantly, be safe.